The pregnancy was wonderful. When she was born, she was perfect. She was wonderful, hit every milestone. When she was 4 months old, she had her vaccinations, and 12 hours later had her first seizure. We had to take her to the hospital, and they said it's just a febrile seizure. So we took her home and thought life was just going to continue and things were going to be great. She was fine afterwards, and a month later we were right back to where we were with another seizure, and it was 45 minutes long. She was having more and more seizures. They used to be once a month, now they're once a week, once every 2 weeks. She is now 11 months old and went into the hospital. She ended up being in the hospital that time for 5 days because she had an extremely high fever. She would not stop seizing, and that's when the doctor said we need to test her for Dravet Syndrome. We started looking on the internet. We were scouring, trying to figure it out, and there wasn't a lot out there. Just that life expectancy isn't good, development isn't good, you know, prognosis is poor. And I just kept thinking, that's not my little girl. That's not gonna be her.
You know, at first I didn't believe it, to be honest with you, because she, outside of the seizures, there was nothing wrong with her. She was perfect. She was doing everything that she was supposed to be doing, right? And the way I kind of looked at it is like, well, yeah, so she has a seizure once a month. You know, we can deal. We can work through that. It was more denial than anything.
She got pneumonia, but it was the day 1, minute 1 we had it diagnosed, and we took her to the urgent care, and they said we'll give you some antibiotics, it'll be fine. We took her home. She had a dose of antibiotics. She had a nap. She woke up, and she started to have a seizure that lasted 3 hours. She had 2 central lines in her and realized her heart and her blood pressure were going into a crisis mode. So they had to take us from the regular ICU to the cardiac ICU, and somehow she just kind of became Maddie again. She bounced back. She didn't wake up, but you know, you could just see the numbers started to get better, and we had a little bit of hope.
Give Daddy 5, up high, on the side, down low. Too slow. Up high. On the side. Down low. Oh, you got me. All right, you got me.
You know, we were always fighting for her mental abilities. We wanted her to be as normal as possible in mainstream kid sort of way, right? We never really understood that we were fighting for her life.
I will never forget the day we were in the hospital and a neurologist came up to me and said, Maddie doesn't have epilepsy 101 and we don't know what she has. And I think if parents and doctors can come up with a diagnosis earlier, get medications earlier, there's going to be such a better outcome for these kids.
The foundation for us is extremely important for really 2 reasons. The first one is that I think that there's a lot of information and data that we could collect and use to help treat kids in the future. For example, what medicines work, what medicines don't work. The other thing and the piece that's much more important to us is driving towards a cure, because we really think that this is something that's curable. It's just a matter of unfortunately in today's society, money. So if we can collect money and we can get research dollars out there, we can get, you know, really smart people focusing on it and hopefully find an answer.